Let's talk a little bit more about YouTube, some of the tactics here. A welcome video. Great to have a welcome video in the website, right? Motion, see your face, everybody smiling, no empty chairs, please, don't show pictures of empty chairs. You can do informational videos. I call them talking head, where you just stand there and look at a video camera and you talk. Answer those frequently asked questions. Answer those questions you wish people would ask, but you don't. Holiday videos, D-bands, new smiles, teeth whitening, whatever you can come up with. Optimize each video and it can show up in search results. Optimize goes back to the keywords. Yes, sir.
Okay, so what if you have a dentist who's not very dynamic?
I have never met one myself.
They just mumble and
if you have an ops coordinator, or you have an ops manager, or just an assistant who's really light, fun, and lovely, that's yeah. And there's an office I work with in Kansas, so let's see, he's in Kansas. And his information is great. He will make these videos where most people don't, and I really appreciate that he does that. So we have lots of material to work with, but man, is it dry. So what do? I take his videos, I rename it, save it with a different name, so when it uploads, it's now optimized. I change the title, I put his name, address, and phone number in the description, keywords, link. So if somebody finds him, and they go, ooh, that's kind of hard. Oh, there's a link, let me skip to the. So that's the best I can do. But you can do that too. So if there is something where they want to be the ones face, which they are, give them a bunch of coffee, jump up and down a little bit, and if you feel like you are so over the top that you're going to drive people away, that's probably just enough. So make them, just get them out of their comfort zone, and how we don't put it in that or get the other person. Okay, so you can absolutely optimize. So think through that. So we talked about the basics, right? So the name, address, and phone number, targets, and keywords. You can geo-target a video now. Super cool. Let's do that too, right? Takes an extra minute, might as well. Add a caption and description if you can. So you can actually now say, okay, well here's the script we used for the video. We can upload it to YouTube now. And guess what? It's secure. Go ahead and do that too. Okay? All kinds of ways that you can take advantage of all this stuff. But the key, of course, is that you start with your strategy, which brought you to your tactics and your keywords and what you're trying to accomplish. So you want to stick with that. So you don't want to all of a sudden optimize for silly cats back in string. Now you're going to list those silly cats back in string. So let's do a quick look at this. Sorry. I know you know what we call out. All right, this is just to give you an idea of what we're talking about with optimizing. So when you go to load something up, you want to put keyword, adapter, phone number. Let's say we luck out, and this video shows up in a search result. And now the name and phone number is right there. Maybe they won't ever click on it. Let's call it. Great. Let's have them skip a step. And now we look at the description. Right? So now we've got the actual description in there is a link. Now everyone says, oh, I know those YouTube links, they're not what's called do follows. There's no value. Okay. There's tons of that. Don't even tell you. Tons of that. They are what's called no follow, but Google owns YouTube. They follow. They check it out. They make sure there's relevancy. If there is relevancy, it helps you. And relevancy just means that what you put on your video makes sense to what you have on your website or where you link. So create that relevancy and it will have effect. Then the tags, keywords again, it goes in there. Now you can click on the top, keywords as advanced settings, just click up there. And you can geotag your video. And then it'll automatically pull up the longitude, latitude, all that kind of stuff. All I'm doing is putting in the address. Put your address right in there and it will pull it up, and click save, and you're done. So now your video is what you want. So what we're trying trying to do is hopefully get a result where we can get some videos to show up. A lot of times we optimize these things like crazy. We show up for like 2 weeks and we're really proud of ourselves and then we go. So that's why you want to keep on doing it. You don't want to just do it once and hope for the best. There are some things you can do. You can max that Fiverr right? So for $5, you can get people to start liking, sharing, posting all this stuff on your videos. And that can help for a little while. That might stay there a little bit longer. You better off just keep on putting out that content, fill up that space, make sure that you're the one that everyone sees. All right. I am right on target. Your schedule is a quarter after. We have to 11:30. So we can do the super secret awesome sauce, or we can just do questions. So do you feel like you have a lot of questions that we should kind of stop and just go over questions, or is the super secret awesome sauce sound pretty super secret? Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Okay, so this is, I'm just researching this now, and I wanted to give you something that was really new for this space. Now, Foursquare, people probably, that's not super secret, certainly not awesome sauce. The way we're seeing it now, and the way we're seeing what Facebook is trying to do with their I already forgot what it's called, their new search tool, is they're making local, mobile, fast. They're making that a priority. Guess what? Foursquare is really good at that. So we always kind of thought, well, how can we make Foursquare make sense for a demo office, for an orthodontic office? It was hard to kind of figure out that. Well, we're starting to feel like, yeah, I think it makes a lot more sense now than it ever has. Because it's really easy to use, and the numbers are there. So let's talk about mobile stats. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because we've already talked a lot about mobile stats. But look at that, 92% of those download those apps. 92% of people download those apps. Alright, so that means that the chances are good that Foursquare is somewhere on my phone. And maybe they don't even know it. Or reminding them. Alright, social, local, and mobile. You're going to be hearing that now more and more. This is the way things are going. Social, local, and mobile. Foursquare, 20 million users worldwide. And that's so far. Only 1 million business users. So that is not a lot of competition, but a whole lot of opportunity. So this is where the LinkedIn didn't quite fit my math. Foursquare started to look really good. Okay. 2 billion check-ins. Does anyone know what a check-in is? Alright, so Foursquare is kind of a silly little thing that I always thought, I don't get it. Why would we not do this? But I'm a marketer, I better research it. So on Foursquare, you go and get your phone, you say, Foursquare, I have just walked into Jeff Long's office, checking in. So everyone that I know on Facebook, Twitter, or Foursquare knows that I just checked in. So if they're near me, why not do that? So a check-in just means I'm telling everyone that I know where I am. Now, I personally don't know why you would want to tell everyone you know where you are all the time. But I'm not the generation that's doing that. But it is happening. It is happening faster and faster than we thought. Okay, so incredible ROI potential. Radio Shack decided, let's see if people check the Radio Shack. All right, who is walking the Radio Shack the last month? Come on. A whole lot. It's like, oh wait, maybe Radio Shack. So Radio Shack figured, hey, let's see if we can get people to check in. And we'll give them something for doing it. Right? We're not going to just say, please, stay, check in. If you're on there, which means you check in a whole lot, we're going to give you X, Y, and Z. And it was kind of nice. 350% return on investment. Suddenly they were back on the map. Not too bad. So some really big brands are doing this, which again was another reason why I thought I can't pretend like this doesn't exist. I have to understand it. I want to make sure that if I understand, I can figure out how to make it work for a dentist or orthodontist. So that was the trick. So you're not Microsoft. Okay. So I'm going to be repeating this a lot. Social media, mobile technology, location-based service. This is where everything is going, so we want to make sure we stay in front of it. $98 million in 2009 were spent on location-based services and marketing. 512 million in 2012. And that's not shrinking. That's continuing. These are some pretty darn big numbers. Why Foursquare is going to be different? It's instant social media mobile strategy. And so you have to figure out, okay, so mobile and social media, how I make sure that it's all right there. We already built it for you. So it's in place, ready to go. So when they check in, customers are interacting directly with the business, your business. They're actually interacting based on what you want to give them. Customers then share their check-ins with their Foursquare network and their wider social network. What most people do is they say, oh yeah, I like Foursquare on my phone. I'm kind of neat. Somebody said it's cool, or I can get free stuff. It's usually about free stuff. So they get it on their phone and it's like, I'm going to sign in with your Facebook account or your Twitter account. And then really small says, for your email. Facebook, or whatever. There you go. So now everything that happens on Foursquare is happening on Facebook. So it's really valuable in that respect. Okay, that's it. Very few of any of your competitors have already heard of Foursquare. How many have already heard of Foursquare? Pretty good number. How many are using it in your office? Yeah, so let's figure out how to make that work. Okay, so it puts you immediately in the minds of the potential patient ahead of everyone else. Whether that makes any sense at all, whether whether you're great at what you do, or the competitor that was using it down the street is terrible, and they're using it, they are seen as higher tech, and they are more on top of what's going on. So it's certainly worth looking at. For patients who might be using Foursquare right now without you even realizing this, I did this last night just to kind of check. You can go to Foursquare and type in Denver dentist or your area dentist. Go on the vet there. And you might even see people who checked in. So, how to capitalize on this? That's when the wheels start turning. There's got to be a way to utilize that. Okay, so how does it work? You start getting people to check in, and it creates this social competition. People want to be the mayor, whatever, they've got all these names for how many times you check in, who checks in the most, who stays in, all this kind of craziness. But people, for some reason, have this little trigger where they want to win. Don't we all want to win, right? And then if you offer something and they win, even if it's like a hissing, I mean, it doesn't have to be much. So they check in, they find their friends, and it's linked automatically to Facebook Live. And you didn't have to do it. Not too bad. Not too bad. So they broadcast their location, they update their Twitter, Facebook status, it bookmarks. So this little tool now on their phone remembers where they've been there. Not too bad. It gets tailored recommendations for the future. So if you are getting a bunch of people to check in, and it's costing you peanuts, because you'll say, hey, where's Bear this month? You get this hand sanitizer with our logo on it, or a t-shirt with our logo on it, or phone number. People want to win those things, and it seems silly, but they really do want to win. Now, if somebody is, this is what was interesting to me about iPhones, is if they have Foursquare on their iPhone, and they do that search, right, with Siri, they're going to run through all the information on apps, and suddenly your information is there and everyone else's.
So if you don't have Foursquare or anything that are around you, it's automatically going to be on the phone. You don't have to do anything else.
You'll still want to make people aware. Yeah. So okay. So what happened was people would say, okay, how do we really get Facebook moving along? I can only do so much. You have to tell people hey, like us, follow us. Here's why. Here's what we're going to get. Here's what we're going to do. Here's all fun stuff. Get that momentum in the office now.
But just signing up, it's mobile. I mean, just so if they go to it, it's going to be there. You know how you sign up for training?
It's an app.
It is.
So you have to have it on your phone. So that you.
Okay.
Right. It's not an app you buy or perfect. It's hey, put Foursquare on your phone and check in. Why? Here's another use of hand sanitizer. This is, like I said, this is literally, we just started doing all this research and I want to share it. It was surprisingly good. It's a free app, oh absolutely. And it costs you nothing unless you want to make offers. It doesn't cost you anything to take advantage of all this. So what happened was, with this new graph search from Facebook, we realized Facebook is trying to might think their check-ins mean something. Well, why would they do that unless Foursquare has some idea already done? So that's when we better figure that out, because Foursquare doesn't have, no one hates Foursquare. So there's no resistance there. There's still that love to hate Facebook, and there's resistance. Well, I'm not checking in. So there is some of that Foursquare. None. Okay. Trying to move fast. So why? Why do they check in? They feel more connected with their network of friends. They also generally, they're trying to get free stuff. I say free stuff. They want some kind of reward for it. And believe it or not, those badges, silliest thing. Absolutely do. So badges, discounts, rewards, vouchers, whatever it is. True Foursquare. Yeah, you basically load up and say, here you go. Okay. Or you can say, hey, show me your badge if you're at this level. Right? So being able to physically do that, there's some value there as well. And then you didn't have to go log in and make all the marks. So there's lots of opportunities, and that's why, again, I wanted to share this with you. It was surprising to me when I really dug in. Okay, so getting impatient with Foursquare. The more patients that you attract to Foursquare, the more check-ins that you receive. The more check-ins you receive, the more patients or prospective patients will see you. So it's this, it just takes care of itself. The trick is to make sure that your current patient database knows you're on Foursquare, ask them to go ahead and check in and get something really, really cheap. Or excuse me, low, high value. Yes.
You know how a lot of offices have the patients check in at a terminal or everything going on with the check-in programs that would also allow you to touch on Foursquare? I was passing on their own phone, but you couldn't do it off of the check-in terminal.
Right. So if the check-in terminal is open to the internet, so you can do that. So I still go back to my same fear. This is probably a rational fear, but if someone logs into their Foursquare account on your in your computer, your terminal, and forgets to log out when somebody does something that they don't like, and that's your fault. So I'm always just thinking, because I'm not the one in your office who's going to be making sure that someone knows checks. So I'd rather just be on the phone. And you can put a little bit. So QR codes, I'll get to you in front. QR code is that little black and white box. You can make these little black and white boxes that you scan on your phone, and it takes you right to the Foursquare app. And it's a free app, so you just scan it, download, check it. I mean, it really is, because they don't have to fill anything out. Just connect to Facebook. They grab all their Facebook information, and already on it. They don't have to log in, nothing. That was what really kind of got my interest.
So, if I understand, a little naive here, it's a location-based app, right? So, for the world of ortho, where you're saying, well, come back once every 6 weeks, you don't actually want them checking more than once a month because these are coming in for, I don't know, SOS appointments?
Yeah. If somebody's come in for a broken bracket appointment 6 times in the last 3 weeks, don't ask them to check. But you know what?
They have to be there, though, they have to work, right? They can't do it from home and say, hey, I'll check in a million times.
They have to be there. However, you and I are the only ones that will know that they're checking in a whole lot more than they should, but that might be the problem. No one else is thinking about that. Someone else is like, hey, man, they want to be mayor. I want to be mayor. That's what goes on. So there's less of that kind of thing to worry about. And it is location-based, so you don't have to actually be in that location for you to check in. Yes?
Are you recommending those black and white like a code for your website or your practice?
Yes.
And how do you do that?
Free. It's, you go to Google, and you can sign in with your any Google account you may have. You just go to so it's GOO.GL. So it's called a shortener. So you have a good old long link to wherever you want to send people. You put that into GO.GL, log in, so it'll save it for you. So it's not like running out. So you go in there, you put in your good old link, you hit create, and it creates this little GOO.GL /6425 or something like that. And it also creates a QR code for you. Great. Okay. So what we do is we're going to create a QR code for you. We want them to be what's called dynamic. So a QR code is one and done. put in that link, it creates a QR code. That QR code can never go anywhere else. So we cheat. Right? So I create a link on mine. It's a big long link. Then I go to Google and put in my big long link. And on my end, I can change where that link goes. So if you're like, hey, I really want that QR code that's hanging in my office, and I want it to go to Google Reviews now because the button is back. You can review right there now on your phone. Great. I'll type it over there, changes. But now we need Yelp. We got all these terrible reviews. We got to get more about the reviews on Yelp. Change it over there. That was someplace else. So you don't have to keep reprinting this QR code. But geo.gl is a great place to go. It's Google's not going to go away tomorrow. And it's a great place to go. Okay, we've got about 3 minutes. Oh, here's this is 11:27, and I will fly through. We're just about done. All right, so that's all the specials you can set up for the different levels, newbie friends, flash form, check-in, all that kind of stuff. Have a little something silly for everyone who gets there. You can do a full kind of a special offer that can run through Foursquare itself. It puts you on the map. Now, this is probably more valuable for the dental office than the orthodontic office, but let's say somebody checks in down the street from your dental office, and then, well, new patient specialist popped up for your dental office. That's right over here. I'm here all the time. Not bad. It cost you a dime. Pretty good deal. All right. So the specials really do put you on the map, and they can click for more information. And again, we know, right, if it's on a mobile phone, 10 times more likely to redeem a coupon, right? Again, not too bad. So the more I dug in, the more I liked it. The more I said, okay, we need to really figure this one out. So you can engage your patients with tips. You can actually put stuff on there so they can do silly things. They can get all these badges. Again, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around why I want a badge. But 2 billion check-ins tell me that people want badges, right? Take advantage. You can earn points. You can give away. I mean, you can go crazy with getting into Foursquare, what you can do, what you can give out, and you can make it all just. You have somebody goes in there and checks that out and makes those changes, and then it takes care of the rest. You don't do anything else. Really nice. All right, so I'm going to skip through, get the mayor offer. Again, images. People like to see those images, so take advantage of that. Make sure you set up your business with Foursquare the right way, so that you maximize the money. So basically, what that means is. You've got your business on there, and you set it up, you get a big place on the map, you don't want to send people to the wrong place, that kind of thing. Claim your business menu, doesn't cost you a thing. You can create specials and tips. Constantly vary that mix, so keep on playing with it. We are going to keep on playing with it, and I'll do my best to let everybody know as we get more data, what's working, what's not. Really excited about kind of what that is. Get your tracking and analytics. Customer intelligence, all this stuff is built right in. Think about how this might benefit you. Start playing with it. If you find something cool, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Amazing.